Got the driver's seat in there. What I didn't show you is when I cleaned up the seat beforehand. I should have shown the seat before I actually wiped off all the dirt. There's a lot of grease and dirt all over this thing. But now what we still have is overspray from a previous owner. We have a lot of yellow on this thing. Now I'm going to use some acetone to get the yellow off. Alright guys, we are back to bare aluminum. This is just scuffs from probably the seat belt up against the tube or something. A couple days ago I PB blasted every bolt of every wheel. Then I'm going to break them free with the manual ratchet before I move to the old DeWalt. At some point we're going to start to lose all of our air. And it smells terrible. I feel like old mud water got inside the tire, or a little bit of mud or something. Made it smell extra nasty. Ooh. Oh my God. That was a lot. Luckily, the ratchet landed on my knee. She's a beaut. Gonna make the surface somewhat clean and smooth for the tire to butt up against again. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of anti-seize on every bolt as well. The reality is, at some point these will get beat up again. They're gonna get scratched. And at that point, if it was mine and I was still wheeling it, I'd probably cut out a piece of cardboard for the inside and then mask off 1 or 2 rows on the outside and just paint them black again. That would be pretty easy to do. And then all your bolts would just be black with the ring. It would annoy me to have blue bolts. I think that looks a little tacky. You know, just fresh black bolts, that's not a big deal to me. Or you do what you want, you know? Hand paint each bolt a different color is probably the way to go. I think I got the ring lined up good enough to keep on trucking here. What is up, everybody? We are in the shop as per usual. I've been continuing to piece together the interior and all the panels and everything. It's always weird putting stuff back together when I'm not the one who built it. So I knew it would take a second to get all the panels sorted out exactly how they needed to be, but we're getting it taken care of. And it's looking pretty good in here. I'm going to be attempting something I've never had a reason to try before, and that is some fabric paint work. I've got the Duplicolor vinyl and fabric specialty coating. All right, we'll see about that. It's the flat black, and I don't know if I'd actually try this on like the interior of some nice vehicle I was trying to restore or something, but for the seat covers on a bouncer where they're cosmetically pretty much cashed out already, I figure I'm gonna give it a go. And I was curious, so right there I have one of my new Kirky seat covers, and these old Kirky seats and my new ones are both, I think, 17-inch wides. I was curious if the buttons still match up, and they actually do. So if you wanted, you could buy brand new Kirky covers for these seats. So that's pretty cool to know, but I'm gonna go ahead and just try to paint these up, make them nice and black again. I may have showed it before, but look how much sun damage there is to this poor thing. Like, they definitely left this buggy outside a lot back in the day. So we have the covers shop vaxed aggressively, best that I can. I went over them a lot. And I have the vinyl taped up, as well as the big Kirky emblems right there. All right, let's give this a go. Well, these things turned out super nice looking. That was 14 bucks well spent. Dang, brand new. Yeah, in person they look great. Okay, I have the best update for you guys right now. At least from my perspective. I mean, this stuff is really cool. I'm to the point where I'm about to drive this thing outside and wash it. It's got a lot of shop dust on it, but mainly I need to wash it because of the tires, the wheels, and give the coilovers a good washing. And then after I wash it, I'll put the seat covers in there. Point is, we're getting really close to this thing being wrapped up. But I need to fire it up, you know? Let's drive it out of here, guys. So I've been working my butt off on this for about a month, and last night I went to fire it up. All I got was a click, a clickety clack. Let's see if we can hear it. At the moment, the push button's down here. That's why I'm over here. All right, it's not even clicking. Oh, there it is. So I cleaned up where some of the connections are, like some of my grounds, and still, after doing that, it did not help my cause at all. That was all last night, and now it's the next day. I got a new push button. That would be awesome if that fixes this problem. Not exactly excited about this. As suspected, the new push button start did not solve my issue, because as I thought, if everything was working properly besides that, I should have been able to jump it by putting a metal bar across those two wires, and yeah, it did not solve my problem. But now it has a brand new push button start, man. This thing is ready to go. I noticed I could hold down the push button start and then tap on this solenoid here for the starter, and it would click. Every time I'd hit it, it would click, acting like it wanted to start. You know, it kind of engaged the starter ever so slightly. So yeah, I had to take this guy off, which if I knew this stupid thing wasn't going to start, I wouldn't have put on all the panels because I have blocked my access from working on it. It's like a straight shot to where I need to work, right here. But yeah, I've got that bolted up. The problem is the order in which those go in, it's not exactly easy to remove just this one. I have to remove others as well. So it's kind of like, what's worse? I don't know. I don't know what's worse, but I haven't removed it yet. And then you risk like, it's really tight fit getting those all in there, so you risk scratching all the paint and everything. So I went into town to get more Riley parts, which I already did earlier today. I took the square body because I haven't drove in a while and it's super nice out. So $21 new solenoid, 458 bucks in fuel. I'm back at the shop. We'll try to install this bad boy here. Please work, please work. You guys would not have believed how terrible that was. The same bolts that were holding the starter solenoid to the block were also holding up a little fuse, a little mini fuse panel thing, wires everywhere. It's just, that was terrible. And I was never planning on doing it. Sometimes that's how the stuff goes. Horrible, 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 horrible. Please let it crank though. I think I've got everything back together enough to, I just need to hear the engine turn over. Please turn over. Oh my gosh. So I'm in a great mood. I have a spare starter here. I guess I'm gonna try to throw this on. Alright, there's the old one. My faith in this is low because it's been a great 24 hours on this thing. It turned over for a second. That was weird. I don't know if the battery's junk or what. It wasn't. It's turning over with the new starter, but then it clicks like it's got a bad battery. So minimal progress. We got a trickle charger on this thing, I guess. I did just think of something. I could pull the Honda Ridgeline in here, give her a jump. Might do that. This battery's like the size of a riding lawnmower battery, which is weird because this motor's so big. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but it's cranking. The good news is I might have found the problem. I would guess I'm going to put this on a trickle charger. This Ridgeline doesn't have enough meat to fire up the buggy. It'd be nice to hear it run before I go up. Last night, this thing finally did fire. I put a trickle charger on the battery overnight. However, I need to move on to the next thing. When I got the buggy, it never had a panel here in the center. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and make a template here and make a panel for it. There's the mess from cutting it out. Here's the piece. I use poster board to usually build my templates. The piece I had was just a little shy. It was not big enough, so I kind of had to wing it on the angles here. It'd be nice if it was a little bigger. but I still rather have it than not have it. I didn't plan on it being like my best work. I need to get inside to the family, and so I'm gonna stop there for the night. I'll get these holes drilled tomorrow, paint it, bolt it up. All right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. This piece looks like crap, but all right, bye. Another pair of shoes bites the dust. It's always a sad day, huh? I gotta finish bolting the seatbelt in. We got it outside. And I've got some cold fluids here and a couple protein bars. Been working my tail off again today. All right, let's clean this bad boy up.